I feel like something much deeper is being portrayed in the video here. You know, this whole time he's been running, I thought he was running away from stuff, which, he may be as well, but what the fuck is going on?
The echoes of the past and feelings of the present are trembling down my throat. Decisions are the hardest part for me. I fuck it all up. There are no mornings I can even stand up, because my face are filled with justice that are pulling me down. I can't even realize what I have become. What have I become? I find myself like to oblivion. I am never tied. I want me like this. Wake up to
Damn.
anxiety. I'm alone and I'm going under. I'm careless. I need somebody to get me out of here.
Flipping heck. Man's off in a abandoned place, shooting up. What the fuck? I didn't expect that. Also, what he says at the first of all, hello, my friends. Second ever Last Sight song reaction. I got the words in the right order. Big up Dan, the absolute legend. Here he is. Here you are, Dan. You absolute Dan, you're my brother. You're an absolute ledge. Coming in, he's like, dude, it was going to be something else. This just popped up on my algorithm, and I need you to hear it. So here we are. But he's right. When the screamage came in just now, it sounds quite quiet. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. Heads up. He said, I never expected it to be like this. He's dragging himself down into oblivion. And he's right. Like, I've been on the wrong side of addiction in the past. And it fucking just fucks everything up around you. You know? You start doing a substance, right? And you start changing, behaving differently, pushing people away. And before you know it, you're looking around and you're like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? And you don't realize it's happening while it's happening until you have that moment of like, what the fuck? And it's not nice. It's really not nice. I'm going to go and five more back. See? I'm struggling with words today. I already knew this before I started recording. It's been a long couple of weeks. I've not recorded in like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, it feels like. I've had a little break. I've been running like Scum server stuff and doing Twitch streams and fucking all sorts of stuff. Still dealing with moving house. You know, a month and a half later, I've just put the last box away. Fucking nightmare. Anyway, I hope all is well with everyone. Let's crack on from screamage. And now my brain is mentally prepared for this to be a song about being an addict. So, let's go. Oh, we're about to have a little breakdown. I just had a thought, right? I was thinking about all this. He says, I'm waking up with anxiety, I'm all alone, and I'm going under, something like that. And it's being in that position, you turn to whatever it is that you're addicted to, because it like distracts you from all of those feelings, you know what I mean? It like takes them away momentarily. And then it starts to fool you into thinking that like nobody else gives a shit, only this thing. You know what I mean? It makes me feel better and blah blah blah. But if you can kind of switch that mindset of like relying on it, you know what I mean? This is like the catch 22 kind of. You have to switch your mindset of like, okay, this thing that I'm putting myself through is the reason that I'm feeling so anxious, the reason I feel so alone, the reason that I may have pushed friends or family away or whatever, right? But it's turning that kind of switch on, you know what I mean? Like for me personally, I hit a point in life where it was just fucking awful. Like waking up every day feeling the way that I did, and any little bit of money that came in, I was like, oh, let me just go and meet my dealer, and like, you know what I mean? And then you end up like the friends that you have are not that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I stopped doing certain things, I noticed that certain people weren't coming around no more, and I didn't see them anymore. And that was a big like kind of wake up call for me. Was like these people are only around me. They only care because of what I can bring or what drug wise I contribute to the circle. You know what I mean? And it's awful. You don't want people like that. Like luckily enough now, I've surrounded myself with people that give a shit about me. You know what I mean? Who I am and how I am, and they don't come just because they can get something out of it. You know what I mean? They come because they want to spend time with me and they want to hang out with me, and vice versa. You know? Like my friends are actually my friends now, and it's like such a crazy thought to think that I was in a position before where I thought people around me gave a shit. You know what I mean? When in hindsight, which you know, hindsight is 2020. In hindsight, I've just got a Sleep Token song in my head for saying that. They weren't. They didn't care at all. You know what I mean? They only cared about like, you know, they were obviously addicted as well, which, you know, turns you into a completely different person. So it's not like I hold resentment or grudges or anything like that. We were all in it for the same thing. You know, they didn't care about me as much as I didn't care about them at the time, right? Because all that shit goes away. You stop seeing these people, you know? And the ones that actually cared don't want to see you go through all that shit. And to protect their own sanity, a lot of times, I know it was like that with me, to protect their own shit and the people, you know, around us, like family and stuff like that, they they need to distance themselves from you and let you work through your own stuff sometimes, right? Um, so yeah, that kind of popped up in my head, but sorry to waffle, but it's why we're here. You know what I mean? If you're new to the channel, I'm a waffler. What can I say? Anyway, let's crack on. I'm so sorry. The irony as well is you need, like he says, I need somebody to get me out of here. But you've surrounded yourself with people that don't want to help you. They don't want to get out of the situation themselves, so they're not able to help you. You know what I mean? So it's like a fucking, just a vicious cycle of like, I feel alone. I'm going to do this to feel less alone, but I don't want to be doing this, but I have to do it to negate some of my feelings, but I need help from someone that gives a shit. But the people that you've ended up surrounding yourself with don't give a shit. So it just keeps perpetuating, you know? All right. Sorry.
I'm careless, I need somebody to get me out of here. To survive. I don't know how much longer I can stay. You filled yourself as well. How can you wait to open your lies? This is of the generation. I have found you, as I found you before. Please forgive me. I can't take it anymore. I have found you, as I found you before. Please forgive me. I can't take it anymore.
Damn, that was nice. Dude, sorry again to pause it. I feel like something much deeper is being portrayed in the video here. You know, this whole time he's been running, I thought he was running away from stuff, which, you know, he may be as well. But what the fuck is going on? Like, it's like he was being, is it that, okay, you've got to bear with me. Like I say, this is the second time I've heard this band at all. I don't know any of their background or any of that stuff. But is it that he was being held back from this by that? And he's been running away from it, but also running towards doing band stuff and doing something, you know, better that he wants to do with his mates. Raw. I was getting like goosebumps then, I swear to God. Alright, anyway, sorry. There's like 40 seconds left. Let's see the song out. Damn, son. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. You know? Don't end up there. I fucking hope it's like I kicked all that shit and that now I'm with my homies and I'm making good music. I hope that that's the actual message, and I hope that's really what happened. Because, good lord, that was really deep. That was a proper deep one. It got me fucking ranting about my own shit, and that, it doesn't happen too often. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I waffle a lot, right? Don't get me wrong. And I will be like, oh, for me, that's like this. But I could really relate there. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, up to, what are we in, September? So next month will be a year since I stopped smoking weed. Like, I was smoking weed right up till October last year. And I was finding that, over the years, I've dropped certain things, right? Um, and I've never been one for like intravenous stuff. You know what I mean? I never got that deep into stuff, but I was very much, very much addicted to a lot of different things. And it always constantly was, in, like I say, in hindsight, you realize it's clear as fucking day. It was holding me back from so much stuff and experiencing so many things in life. And at the time, you think, oh, yeah, this is sick. I can get up and be high all day and spend time with my friends, right? When that's not what you want to fucking do at all. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it was battling through stuff, right? Like, I lost my best mate in 2006, and then 2 years later, I, my grandma passed away, and like, I found her, and it just destroyed the family. And, I was going through a lot of stuff. My 20s is just a blur. It really is. And it culminated in this point at my 30s where I ended up putting myself in hospital because I just didn't want to be here anymore, And I feel like the last sort of 7, 8 years has been me climbing back up the hill. You know what I mean? Because before all of that shit kicked off, I had like more potential in me. I had more sort of aspirations, more dreams, more drive. And going through my 20s and experiencing the things that I did and putting myself through some of the stuff that I did and hanging out with some of the people that I did really, it's like tying a freaking lead weight to yourself and, you know what I mean? Trying to swim to the surface. It just wasn't happening. And ever since, like, even in the last year, like I say, I found myself to be more social, more consistent with, granted, I've just had a couple of weeks of like not really doing anything over here on YouTube, but I've been super consistent over on Twitch. Links below, by the way. I stream on Twitch like 4 days a week. I just found the game, ironically, I just found the game Schedule 1, and I was playing that the other day. It's all about, it's all about being a dealer. But, you know, it's fun, right? I like the micromanagement side of it all. And if you've played it, you will know there's a lot, right? But I found myself to be more consistent. I found myself to be more kind of outgoing and open. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you can go back and have a look through some of my older stuff and look at the dates when stuff came out, and you'll see like there's massive gaps. There's like sometimes I'd have like a month off because I'd just be freaking sidetracked by my own sort of inner demons, my own sort of personal addictions. You know what I mean? I'd rather wake up and have coffee and a zoot and kind of just vegetate the day away than work at something that I truly do care about for people that I truly do care about. You know what I mean? You guys keep me afloat and you keep me going and you keep me believing in myself. Excuse me. But I was so pulled towards all this. And big up, first of all, big up the community for being absolute legends. Wonderful, supportive, fucking right behind me all the time legends. And big up the missus as well. For kind of helping me through that, for holding my hand through all this stuff. You know, I love you guys. I really do. And I love you, love. Take a hug from me. Um, but it's been a much clearer year. You know what I mean? The last year since like cutting off sort of my final thing that was holding me back. You know what I mean? Getting rid of that and over the years, having battled through all that, I've met better people. I've been all over the place. Like, I feel like 10 years ago, when I was still in the height of it all, I could never have imagined, like, doing some of the things that I've done, like going to the States and going to a couple of festivals. I went to California for Aftershock. I went to Florida for Rockville. I've been to Finland a few times. I've been to Poland. Like, I've been all over the fucking place the last couple of years. And I feel like if this was a decade ago, there's no fucking shot. There's just no shot. You know? I was surrounded by people that didn't give a shit. Right? And nowadays, people do. And people are incredibly supportive, no matter what it is that they might want from me and I might want from them. We're always there for each other. You know what I mean? If someone needs something, there's somebody there for it. This is why, as well, I always say to my Discordians, you absolute legends, I'm so proud of us all. You know what I mean? We've created our little corner of the internet that's so incredibly loving and caring and kind and supportive, and we're always there for someone. If someone's going through some shit, we're like, fucking stop the presses, hold the phone, come here, give us a hug, everything's going to be all right. What do you need? You know what I mean? There's always somebody there to help, you know? And I'm so proud of you guys. I could never have done this, first of all, without you lot. You know what I mean? Coming through and real recognize real, right? Like attracts like and all that stuff. But also without going through the shit that I've gone through and the things that I've seen in life and the things that I've done and the people that I've spent time around, for me to learn, okay, I don't like that. I don't need this in my life. This is holding me back. And putting off those avenues. You know what I mean? Damn, this got me waffling, innit? It's got me on a right rant. I wasn't expecting this fucker. Daniel, my brother, have a mic hug. Bro, bring it in. Bring it in, you absolute legend. But this, I like this. I like this. It did a very good job at saying it how it is and how it feels, you know what I mean? And I can only imagine that that comes from experience, right? Somebody's going to have to let me know. Somebody that knows more about the band and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments what really is being portrayed in this video. Because that sort of last minute and a half was like, hang on, you know? I thought the whole time he was running from something, but there was an extra layer on top of that. You know what I mean? Damn. Right, I'm going to stop waffling your ears off. It's been 20 odd minutes already. But you absolute bunch of legends. First of all, Daniel. Oh, you're just about to disappear off screen. Oh, Dan. Oh, there you are. You're coming back. What a legend. Thank you, bro. My brother. Shout out to my Discordians as well. Let me just say that straight away. And big up the missus. I love you guys. I really, really do. All my links and stuff are below, like I say, with Discord and Twitch and all that kind of shit. If you want to come and hang out, we'll have a chat. We'll play some games. It'll be great. There's amazing people over there. There really are. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you need a community where you feel safe, where you feel like, you know, you belong, where you found your people, I cannot praise them enough. You guys are absolutely amazing. But I have got fucking shitloads to do. I'll tell you what, I've got like 3 bags of laundry to do, big fucking bags as well, so I've got to go get on that. I've got too many clothes. I've got too many fucking clothes, I tell you. But I'm going to leave you to your days. I really enjoyed this. Daniel, Dan, you legend. I fucking love you to bits, bro. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I've just said a minute ago, shout out to my Discordians, big up my Twitch folk, my patrons and my elite. You're absolute legends. I love you to pieces. I really, really do. I hope you know it. Thank you for everything. Really, really. Without you, I would not be here. I just wouldn't. And I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful. But aside from all the waffle, my friends, please do take care when you're out and about in the world, because you are awesome and you are righteous. And I do want to see you in the next one. Peace and love, my friends.